All right, cool. So my name is Matt. Today we're talking about happiness. So I want you guys to think about happiness, right? Like, how do you define happiness? It's pretty subjective, right? My version of happiness might be different from your version of happiness. And here's how they tend to measure happiness is with these things called Likert scales, where you pick something from a 0 to 5, and they let people do it on their own because since happiness is so subjective, they let you kind of decide where you're at. So I want you guys to answer this question in your head. How happy are you at this time of your life? Okay, now I want you to think, if you were in a crazy car accident and all of a sudden now you're a paraplegic, right? Where would you put yourself on this scale? At a 0? 0.5? Now when you think about you won the lottery, you won $1 million, where would you place yourself? 4? Okay, so we're actually asking you these questions because it was a famous study that was done. So they looked at lottery winners. They actually picked 22 lottery winners. They also interviewed 29 paraplegics and quadriplegics. And then they had 22 controls, which were just people who lived near these people that they didn't win the lottery and they weren't handicapped, okay? And so they asked these people to rate on a scale, the one that you just looked at, how happy were you in the past? How happy are you currently in the present? And how happy will you be in the future? And so when we average out past, present, and future happiness, it's interesting because they're all right next to each other. So whether you won the lottery, whether you lost functioning in your limbs, or whether you're just kind of like the everyday person, if you average out your happiness scores from past, present, and future, happiness is actually all the same. But yeah, that's us, that's Psypher, that's what we do. Noe's gonna be teaching today.
I've been dancing since I was like 18 now. I started kind of late and I've always kind of like messed around dancing in my room, but I don't know if I really call that like, I wouldn't consider like when it started, but dancing has always been such a huge outlet of like, an outlet of like what made me feel better. There's a lot of times where like, I was super depressed in high school because I went through so much and a lot of like different changes that like, I didn't have a way of expressing it. Like, I just genuinely like talking about it and how we're doing this and that and how, but when I danced, I did, and it was the weirdest thing to me that that just moving my body somehow made it like better. I heard about this and I wanted to jump on because I think dance is such a great outlet of like letting emotions out that we can't do any other way. And if some of us can't speak right, some of us like we can't express what we feel right. And so this way somehow it just makes us all understand, which I think is so beautiful. Like I don't know, we could like not even speak the same language, but if someone could move and make you feel a certain way, and then you move and you inspire somebody else, which is a huge reason why I've always loved dance and I've always loved being part of this.